Protest by Ella Wheeler Wilcox, 1850 to 1919. To sin by silence when we should protest makes cowards out of men. The human race has climbed on protest. Had no voice been raised against injustice, ignorance and lust, the inquisition yet would serve the law, and guillotines decide our least disputes. The few who dare must speak, and speak again, to right the wrongs of many. Speech, thank God, no vested power in this great day and land can gag or throttle. Press and voice may cry loud disapproval of existing ills, may criticise oppression and condemn lawlessness of wealth-protecting laws that let children and childbearers toil to purchase ease for idle millionaires. Therefore I do protest against the boast of independence in this mighty land. Call no chain strong which holds one rusted link. Call no land free that holds one fettered slave, until the manacled slim wrists of babes are loose to toss in childish sport and glee, until mother bears no burden save the precious one beneath her heart, until God's soil is rescued from the clutch of greed and given back to labour. Let no man call this the land of freedom. Okay, this is a poem by Ella Wheeler Wilcox. She was from Wisconsin. She's best known for her poem Solitude. Now, I've included this poem because this one is very, very different to her normal poetic style. And this poem shows Wilcox as a feminist, as an activist. This poem talks about protesting, about free speech, about the inequality of wealth. And she says that the only way to gain true freedom is to protest and fight for that freedom. And normally her poems are very twee and very sweet, but this one is very different. To sin by silence when we should protest makes cowards out of men. Okay, so she's saying that being silent when something bad is happening, not saying anything when we should complain about it, means that we are being cowards. We're being afraid to speak out and say what is right and wrong. And she's saying that we should protest. We should not be cowards when things are not right, and we must protest. The human race has climbed on protest. So things get better when people protest. If you don't protest, then nothing gets better. Had no voice been raised against injustice, ignorance and lust. So here this is if no voice had been raised, if nobody had complained against ignorance, or nobody had complained against injustice, nobody had complained against lust, desire, the inquisition yet would serve the law. So if nobody had complained, we would still be subject to the inquisition of the doctrine of the faith, the inquisition of the Catholic Church that in years gone by were rather brutal in their method. and guillotines decide our least disputes. And the guillotine would decide would decide arguments. So the Inquisition would say what was right or wrong, and there would be executions like during the French Revolution to decide disputes. The few who dare must speak and speak again to right the wrongs of many. So the people who are brave enough must protest. They must speak out and speak out again to right the wrongs, to try to correct the bad things that many are doing. I think also in this she includes people not speaking out when they think things are wrong. But she's saying you must speak out again and again, you must complain again and again when things are not right. Speech, thank God, no vested power in this great day and land can gag or throttle. So she's saying that speech is free, that people have the right to speech, that there is no power, no interested party in the United States, in this great day and land, at this time in the United States, that can stop people from saying what they want, that can throttle, to choke people, that can stop people from saying what they believe. Press and voice may cry loud disapproval of existing ills. So the press, the newspapers, and individual voices may express their disapproval for the bad things that are happening. They may criticise oppression and condemn the lawlessness of wealth protecting laws. So the press and people's voices can criticise things, and they can criticise oppression, and they can criticise laws that protect wealth, because generally laws are there to protect the property of the rich. And I think she's saying here that this inequality is one of the reasons, that the inequality of wealth is at the root of unjust treatment. Of wealth protecting laws that let the children and childbearers toil to purchase ease for idle millionaires. So we should criticise the laws that allow children to work when these children should be at school, that allow mothers to work, and these children and mothers working provide ease, provide money, provide profits for lazy millionaires. So here she's criticising laws that protect factory owners and millionaires from exploiting children and exploiting mothers, just so that the millionaire gets richer. Therefore, I do protest against the boast of independence in this mighty land. So now she's saying that she doesn't think that America is independent, that people are not independent because there are laws that are unfair, there are laws that help the rich and work against the poor. So I do protest against the boast, the claim of independence of this mighty land. Call no chain strong which holds one rusted link. So a chain is only as strong as its weakest link, one rusty link that breaks. So she's calling society a chain, and if there are bad bits in the chain, then the chain is not strong. Call no land free that holds one fettered slave. So to fetter is to chain up. So you can't call a country free. You can't call the United States free if it has one slave that is in chains. And here she's not talking about slavery, because this, I think, was written in 1914, but she's talking about the slavery of children, or the slavery of mothers working to make the rich richer, until the manacled slim wrists of babes are loosed to toss in childish sport and glee. So we can't call this land free until the manacled wrists, the chained wrists of babies, of children, are freed, so that they can enjoy their childhood. They can their wrists can toss in sport and in glee and happiness. And if this isn't the case, you can't call the United States free. Until the mother bears no burden save the precious one beneath her heart. So mothers don't have to work, that mothers aren't forced to work, that the only responsibility they should have is to look after their children, until God's soil is rescued from the clutch of greed and given back to labour. So until God's soil, until the earth, until the land is taken away from the hold of greed, is out of the hands of the rich and given back to labour and given back to workers. So she's talking about redistribution of wealth, that the workers should control the production of wealth. So until all of these things again are changed, let no man call this the land of freedom. So she's saying you can't call the United States free because of all of the unfair things, because of the inequality of wealth, because of the suffering of child labour, because of the suffering of mothers who have to work to provide for their families. So, enough. If you enjoyed the video, give it a rating, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you soon. Bye for now. Protest by Ella Wheeler Wilcox.